guruma, which is a sleeve wheel or an Ezekiel choke from the Kimura tie-off, okay? The details go like this. Ryan's going to be down here, okay? And as we talked about, I'm going to make this plus sign with my forearm, okay? His spine draws one side of the plus sign. My forearm intersects that other side, okay? Make sure you guys are on your feet. We're a lot more mobile here, a lot more power here, okay? My hands are going to come in. I'm going to go 2 hands. We're trying to get the elbow. Okay, you're going to feel this nice leverage that exists here. I'm using my elbow placed in his back. I'm going to pry this elbow up. Of course, I have my second hand doing the same thing here. Okay? When his elbow is disconnected from his side, that's where I send my plus side forearm in. Okay, I'm threading and creating the tie-off, okay? My outside arm is going to slide down, and I'm just going to secure the Kimura here. Okay? If I want to, I'm going to suck everything tight here. Okay? Turn a little bit this way. Perfect. Okay? And now, I'm going to secure the tie-off. Okay? In this case, I'm going to use the belt. So again, our outside arm is what slides, right? Our outside arm is what moves. Okay? Our outside arm is going to stay connected to his wrist. Don't let everything go and just try and grab it. Don't make that motion big. It's a small sliding motion. Okay? I'm going to make a small sliding motion. I grab the belt or the skirt, right, as we showed. In this case, I'm just going to grab the belt, and I want to tie it over his forearm. Right, I'm tying it over his wrist, actually. My plus side arm grabs, and we have this limb tied off. Okay? Now, I'm going to get on my feet. I'm going to drag Ryan onto his side. Here. Okay? And here we are. Okay? In this case, okay, I have the Kimura tied off here. I'm going to go for the Ezekiel or the Sode Guruma. Okay, it looks like this. We're actually going to use the Kimura device tie-off here just to get him on his side. Okay? And as you know, whenever you guys are training in the dojo or at a tournament, things to go wrong, the tie-off may be loose, okay? Which is fine. We're going to adapt to what we have here, okay? So say I'm starting to lose the tie-off here. His hand's starting to move. Okay, that's fine. My hand that had the tie-off device here, I'm going to slide it diagonally across. Right? Look how I move my body. Right? I move my feet. Okay? We have the device here. Maybe he's moving, maybe his hand, maybe I lost it. That's fine. We're going to send our hand through, almost going diagonally across his chest. And look how I almost swim. Right? I reach. I swim my arm up. Okay? This way. My thumb, right, is going to kind of bite and scoop under his armpit, under his armpit and under his jawline. Okay? We want to make sure, like we said earlier, we want to make sure that we know where our forearm bone is, right? We're manipulating our forearm bone. Okay? You have a sharp blade where your thumb is on your forearm, and you have an opposite side blade where your pinky is. So if you feel your forearm and move your hand and throw a shaka like you're from Hawaii, right? You could feel that sharp bone. Okay? We're going to place that bone on the bottom side of his neck here. So don't be afraid to scoop your hand up. Okay? Another point I want to make, look how I'm almost like armpit to armpit. Right? I'm armpit to armpit. I move my leg back. Right? Let's look how we did that really quick again. I'm in that tie-off position here. I realize I lose it. Look how I step back. I pivot and I step back. I open my body up and I swim my hand through. Okay? If at any point he wants to move, we could always just go to Kesugatame too. Okay? But we're going to go for the Shimin Waza instead. I swim my hand through. My forearm bone aligns underneath on the backside of his neck here. Now my hand is open. Okay, armpit to armpit. My free hand's going to come out. I'm going to grab inside my sleeve. Right, Sode Guruma, sleeve wheel. So my forefingers goes into my sleeve, and this is where that wheeling motion comes in. Right, the Guruma. Here. Okay, 2 things that we could do with this second hand here, the finishing hand. Okay. We can make a blade with your hand, okay, a sharp blade. So you make your wrist and your fingers and your palm rigid. I'm going to place my backside of my pinky palm under his jawline and squeeze the close side of his neck here, okay, if you want to make a blade. You could also just make a fist, okay, it's like a mace. I'm just going to use my fist. I'm just going to place it rather firmly on the side of his neck and squeeze here, right, and that's the tap. So we have 2 variations, right? The hand blade Work on whatever you feel is your judo style. If you're more have the dexterity, you could use your blade. If you're a little more physical and brutal, you could use the fist. Use whatever works, okay? So for me, I'm going to use the fist. Look, it's not enough just to finish here. Right? Look how I'm not using my legs to finish yet. I'm just laying here, but you'll definitely get the tap here. Okay? What I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to get my wrists to almost like touch each other. I'm trying to get my wrists to touch each other. Obviously, there's a human body and a neck there, so that's where the choke gets applied. Okay? 4 fingers in, sore, guruma, wheel. And you can see how that makes that nice, like a guillotine here almost. Right? That's what we're using. Okay? So the more I can get my wrist to touch, the better. Okay? Now watch. It's not enough just to use our upper body to get this choke. I'm going to incorporate my lower body. Okay? And you guys know better than me, in the dojo, there's tough people, there's strong people, there's hard people to choke and finish. I have to use my lower body to finish this choke. Okay? So while the choke is being applied here, right, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my legs to involve and finish this choke. I'm going to come up. Okay? I'm going to fold my far side leg in, almost like Seiza when we bow into class. I'm going to fold my leg in. And look how I roll him back here. And look how my leg pops out. Boom. Okay? I close my feet, and now we finish the choke here. So look what that does now. It incorporates my lower body right into the choke. Right? Essentially just kind of like exponentially making our strangle that much stronger, that more effective. Okay? Let's look how we did it again. We reach through, we tie off the arm. Right? Nice tight tie. You could come up and drag them back here. Okay? A little bit this way. Perfect. All right, say this is loose, say his arm got off, that's fine. We're going to adapt to what we have. I let go of the Kimura tie. I swim and back step through. All right, look how I swim through. I'm trying to go armpit to armpit. Okay, here. We talked about that forearm bone, that blade. I'm going to scoop my palm to the mat. I'm going to slowly make my palm face me. That's how we know where the blade is. Okay? My outside hand comes through. I grab sore, 4 fingers, inside my sleeve. You could always crack the crown of the head first, and look what that does. It opens up the jawline. Okay? If I use my hand to just press the top of his head where his temple is, I can slide my hand in easier to beat that jawline. Okay? So once we beat that jawline, you could get a lot of people here. I'm going to get my wrists to touch each other and put my head down. Okay? That's one way to do it. But as your competition gets stronger, you have to incorporate more of your body into the technique. Okay? Now we're going to get my legs involved. I'm going to sit up. The choke is still on, by the way. I'm going to sit up. My outside leg, I'm going to put my knee in the back of his skull here. This is the leg that's going to pop out when I sit back. Okay, my knee goes to his skull. Look how I sit back. Okay, my far side leg steps over. Right, and now look, I rock a little bit, bottom leg pops out, close our feet. My knees start to touch each other, my wrists start to touch each other, and I squeeze. Right, and that's a nice sore guruma from the Kimura tie-off. A failed Kimura